Hey, yo, Ryan Garcia just agreed to fight Sebastian Fundora, my people. He posted and said, Fundora for the 154 title. Rollies or Pitbull, this one would be tough to make, my people. But this, look, he right there posted and said, Fundora for the 154 title. Now, I'm not going to lie. This was posted in 2024, but they both have increased since then. And he said he wanted the title, and Fundora still has a title. He has the WBC title. You feel me, my people? So Ryan Garcia should be ready to fight him now. He was just telling Terrence Crawford, yo, Terrence Crawford, you didn't do enough with your legacy before you retire. You should have challenged other people in your career and made yourself like really feel like you challenged yourself to be that undisputed champion. He said it doesn't matter if you're undisputed champion if you don't feel like you actually challenge yourself throughout your career, my people. He posted and said, I was talking about boxing years, champ. There's no doubt you got more in the tank than them. That is not a knock on you, though. You kept your body in top condition, but there's a lot of young, hungry fighters that wanted that work that you never let challenge you. You feel me, my people? That's what Terrence Crawford was like. You do know I'm older than, like, Crawford, you know what I'm saying? Then who you might call it? Then Canelo and Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying? He also was like, yo, I believe Terrence Crawford left more of his legacy on the table, just my opinion. Undisputed don't mean anything if you know you didn't challenge yourself. I'm speaking from knowing boxing and speaking from the heart as a fighter, not just someone who just sees, you know, from the surface level of the game, my people. Ryan Garcia is 25-2 right now with 20 big wins coming by the way of knockout. He's in the welterweight division. He's ranked number 1, I believe, already, right? He's ranked number 1 right there. Let me check. I just want to be sure. You feel me, my people? He's ranked number 11, actually. Yeah, I saw a 1. I was like, hold on. He just got the belt. You know, no disrespect to him, but he just got the belt. He's ranked number 11 in the welterweight division and number 6 in the USA. That's in the world that he's number 11. You feel me, my people? He has the WBC World Welterweight title, my people. Yes. And right now, his last fight, he weighed in at 146.5 pounds. He was fighting at 147 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Sebastian Fundora, yes, he fights at the super welterweight division, which is just one weight division above Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh my God, we talking about heavyweight and a lightweight. We talking about welterweight and super welterweight. That's it. It's one up, is from 147 to 154. It shows that Ryan Garcia is weighing in at 146 and Sebastian Fundora is weighing in at 153. What's that? 7 pounds, 7 pound different, you can match somebody there. That's just like asking Ryan Garcia and asking Shakur Stevenson to fight him, because Shakur Stevenson fights at 140. He actually fights at 135 naturally. You feel me, my people? So look, Sebastian Fundora weighed in at 153 pounds and a half in his last fight, but he has fought as low as 147 pounds. You see it right there. Bang, 147 pounds, Sebastian Fundora, my people. Bang, right here. Boom. You see that? So he could get that low. And that wasn't that long ago. I believe that was like maybe like 4 years ago or something like that. But in boxing years, that's not that much, my people. You know what I'm saying? He probably had like a good amount of fights since then. It is his 4th fight. I'm bugging right now. It's like 16 fights since then. But he has made the weight. You know what I'm saying? At that height. He even went up to like 170 something at once. With that height, he's able to do whatever he wants in the game. So I feel like he could face Ryan Garcia, my people. So the thing is possible. I know y'all was going to say, yo, this sounds crazy, my people. You know, Ryan Garcia is at a whole different weight class. How you going to want them to fight? Ryan Garcia is 25-2. He has been knocked out 1 time by Gervonta Davis. That's the only person to knock out Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like anybody's going to get through Ryan Garcia easy peasy, my people. Let me know how you feel about this. The other person that beat him, that only dropped him and didn't like really hurt him or nothing like that, but he did beat him, was Rolando Romero, which Gervonta Davis beat both of them. You feel me, my people? So Ryan Garcia does have 25 wins with 20 knockouts, 20 big wins coming by the way of knockout. Sebastian Fundora, on the other hand, is 24-1. He got 16 big wins coming by the way of knockout, and he has been knocked out once, though. You know what I'm saying? He was knocked out by Brian Mendoza. Brian Mendoza caught him with like an overhand left. Brian Mendoza was losing that whole fight. I'm not going to lie. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Sebastian Fundora was waxing him, keeping his distance, keeping him at reach, keeping him at the end of that jab, and winning the fight how he usually does. And then out of nowhere, he got caught with a good overhand like left hook, you know what I'm saying? And then out of nowhere, the dude came back and finished the job. He came back with a combination, which is what you're supposed to do when you got somebody hurt, my people. But Sebastian Fundora does have 24 wins, 1 draw, and he does have 16 of those coming by the way of knockout, my people. Right now, he's in the super welterweight division. So, is like I said, they're not that far apart to make the fight happen, my people. Just like Ryangarcia was telling, Terrence Crawford, yo, let's step it up. I want to see you fight people that are trying to challenge you, the young guys in your weight division. So I feel like Ryangarcia wouldn't be worried to actually make this fight happen. Ryangarcia is 5'8.5" with 70 inches as his reach. You know what I'm saying? That's his reach. That's how long he could reach. And that's actually a lot shorter than Sebastian Fundora, but that's always the case when you're fighting Sebastian Fundora. Everybody that has faced Sebastian Fundora has encountered this issue right here, that you're trying to hit him, but you're like 2 feet away from him still, and then he's jabbing you and hitting you with a right hand and just playing with you. You feel me, my people? And you feel like that's not fair. If I was closer, I'll be able to, counter or even beat you to every punch, my people. Also, the height difference. Ryangarcia is 5'8.5", and Sebastian Fundora, they noted that he has 6'5.5", but people feel like he's really 6'6", 6'7". They're trying to make it sound a little lower here because, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to make it seem a little crazy. But that's what 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", 6 feet, 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". That's almost a whole foot taller than you. You feel me? So he got a whole foot advantage on height as well, my people. Look, you can check right here. We're going to check what Sebastian Fundora's statistics are. You feel me? Because right now, he got that 80 reach. Like I said, 80 inches, 203 centimeters. His height, 6'5.5", 197 centimeters. You feel me? I don't even think I'm in the hundreds when I look at Fundora. You know what I'm saying, my people? Let me know how you feel about this. Do you think this would be a great fight for Ryangarcia? Ryangarcia does like to test himself. We know Ryangarcia never shied away from that. Ryangarcia is the only guy to face Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis. And he also faced an Olympian in Luke Campbell. I believe he faced another Olympian with a Dominican guy. I forgot the name of that guy, but he definitely was an Olympian. So he has faced like 2 or 3 Olympians. Plus, he faced 2 of the lightweight kings that was proclaimed since before. You know what I'm saying? That everybody wanted them to face each other. So let me know how you feel about this. You think this fight right here will make Ryangarcia look even better, especially after losing to Rolando Romero? Not saying Rolando Romero is trash, but a lot of people was like downplaying Rolando Romero. They expected Ryangarcia to win that fight easy. And that's not what occurred. You know what I'm saying? It ended up being that Ryangarcia got dropped and everybody felt like, damn, that was an easy fight for Rolando Romero. But then after that, Rolando Romero didn't really do nothing. He kind of went into his own little zone in his head and wasn't really doing nothing. So he kind of fell off the map for a little bit. But yeah, my people, let me know how you feel about this. Do you feel like Ryangarcia has a chance at actually winning this fight? Because what happens if Ryangarcia lands a left hook? And Ryangarcia is not Keith Thurman. He's actually younger than Keith Thurman, and he's probably more skilled than Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is a dog. We're not going to lie. He has that dog in him and that hard worker mentality. You know what I'm saying? But Ryangarcia is just so skilled, and he's been doing this since a youngin', and I'm sure he got more amateur experience than Thurman. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm lying, I'm flying, my people. You know what I'm saying? So if he catches Sebastian Fundora with that left hook that we all know. Anytime somebody gets caught with that left hook, they usually go to the ground. Not always a night-night, but a lot of the times the night, but they at least touch that ground, my people. What do you think would happen to Sebastian Fundora if Ryangarcia was to catch him with a left hook in an actual fight that they matched them up, my people? Or do you think it's going to be like the same thing that happened with everybody else? Because Ryangarcia seems like he's pretty tall, but when you meet him in person and you look at his statistics right here and you see that his height is only 5'8.5", and when he's standing next to Fundora, it might look like a different story, than we thought it would be. Do you think Fundora is going to do the same thing that he does to everybody, just like he did to Thurman, Costa Zoo, you know what I'm saying, Cordell Booker? You think the same story is going to play out where he just keeps them at the end of his jab right hand, sometimes throw a hook, sometimes throw to the body, jab, keep him on the outside and make him struggle to come in while getting hit? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, my people. They could go either way. That's the beauty about boxing, my people. Let me know how you feel about this. Do you feel like Ryangarcia could win this by knockout or by decision? Or do you feel like Sebastian Fundora will easily win this by knockout or even by a decision against Ryangarcia? And would that do any bad for Ryangarcia if he did go into this fight and did lose or even win? Let's say he lost this fight. Would he still have the respect for fighting, Devin Haney and fighting those guys like Luke Campbell, fighting Gervonta Davis, and then fighting Sebastian Fundora when everybody is clearly scared of Sebastian Fundora right now? You know what I'm saying? He's looking like the guy that's like a cheat code, everybody's calling him. So if you get in there and you can stop that guy, that's a lot of respect. Or at least if you go in there and you like the will to do it, the fact that you went in there and believed in yourself and that you wanted to challenge yourself, I feel will give a better light to you as a boxer, especially nowadays that everybody's ducking everybody, you feel me, and everybody's trying to take the easy path that the fans are really like noticing now and not really liking. Let me know how you feel about this, man, and who you think will actually win this fight. Sebastian Fundora versus Ryangarcia. This sounds like a great fight to me if they could actually make it happen, my people. Follow me right here on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram at Prince Fiorentino. You can search it up at Mr. Suspicious on TikTok too. I always throw a lot of shorts out there. Don't miss those. You can catch along throughout the whole day. It's also Mr. Suspicious. You know what I'm saying, my people? Y'all already know. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all already know the whole shit. Bang, bang, my people. Let me know how you feel about this, man. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And I'm going to have to post something about some suspicious opponents tomorrow. Y'all already know how we do. We're going to have his own segment, my people. All right, man. Y'all have a blessed night, my people. Let's get it.